Urgent Washington Commanders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Washington Commanders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Washington Commanders fans, I hope you're as fired up as I am today because there's some significant news shaking up the team's roster, especially in their secondary. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you already know just how competitive the division is becoming, and the Commanders are clearly making moves to not only stay in the race but to position themselves as serious contenders. Now, let's dive into what's really happening with this team, especially in their defensive backfield, which has been a hot topic among fans and analysts alike. The Washington Commanders have been working tirelessly in the offseason, trying to build a secondary that can stand toe-to-toe with some of the top offenses in the league. Think about it, when you have teams like the Philadelphia Eagles with their high-powered passing game, or the Dallas Cowboys and their star-studded receivers, it's clear that a strong, disciplined pass defense is non-negotiable if Washington wants to stay competitive. So, what have they done so far? Well, they've been shuffling pieces around, bringing in new talent, and trying to find the right chemistry. And, let's be honest, the secondary has been an area of concern for several seasons now, even with some bright spots and promising players. The team has made some smart moves, bringing in free agents and drafting new talent, but what really caught everyone's attention was their recent draft pick, Ole Miss cornerback Trey Amos. Now, Amos is a feisty, aggressive man corner, known for his physical style of play and his ability to lock down receivers on the perimeter. He mainly played outside in college, which is an important detail because Washington is clearly looking to bolster that outside corner position. The plan seems to be to slot Amos opposite Marshawn Lattimore, a veteran with a wealth of experience and a proven track record of shutting down some of the best WRs in the league. This move indicates that Washington is serious about creating depth and competition at the cornerback position. It's all about adding versatility and talent to match the offensive firepower they'll face in the upcoming season. But, as always in the NFL, every move has ripple effects. One of those ripple effects could be the end of the road for Noah Igbinagin, a player who has had an interesting journey with the Commanders so far. Igbinagin, for those who might not be fully aware, was a standout special teams star during his time with the Dallas Cowboys. When he joined Washington, fans and analysts alike saw promise. Last season, he stepped into a starting role for about 10 games, and he did a decent job, especially in helping to improve the team's pass defense. His versatility and special teams contributions made him a valuable asset for the Commanders. But now, with the recent draft additions, the landscape might be shifting, and Igbinagin could be on the chopping block. Pro Football Network and other reputable sources have been speculating that the Commanders might be ready to part ways with Igbinagin. The reason? Well, it's all about roster competition and the team's strategic direction. The draft pick of Trey Amos, a player who fits Washington's desire for a physical, outside corner, indicates that the team is looking to develop a younger, more specialized unit. Adding Amos to the mix means that the coaching staff is looking for players who can step in immediately and provide that lockdown presence on the outside. Now, let's take a moment to consider the bigger picture. The NFL is a brutal, unforgiving business. Even if you have a good year, if the team sees a better, younger option, you could find yourself without a spot on the roster. And in this case, Igbinagin's role may be diminished as the team invests in the future. This is a common scenario in the league. Teams constantly shuffle the deck to find the right mix of talent and experience. But what does this mean for the secondary as a whole? Well, it's quite significant. Washington's defense has been a work in progress for several seasons. The team has shown flashes of brilliance, particularly in their pass rush, which has been led by some emerging stars. But the secondary has struggled at times to contain elite receivers, and that's why these draft moves and roster decisions are so critical. The team needs to find a balance between veteran leadership and youthful energy, especially in the cornerback and safety positions. For fans, this kind of roster shakeup can be both exciting and nerve-wracking. On one hand, the team is clearly making efforts to improve and adapt to the league's evolving offensive strategies. On the other hand, it raises questions about the stability of certain players and the overall direction of the team. Igbinagin's potential departure isn't just about losing a player, it's about how the team plans to reinforce its defense to face the high-powered offenses of the NFC East and beyond. Now, let's talk a little about what this means for the upcoming season. The NFC East is arguably the most competitive division in the NFL right now, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all having made significant upgrades. For Washington, the path to success involves not only improving their offensive weapons but also shoring up their defensive vulnerabilities. The secondary, especially cornerback, is a key piece of that puzzle. The addition of Trey Amos and the possible departure of Noah Igbinagin reflect a strategic shift towards a more aggressive, physically imposing defensive backfield. And it's not just about the draft picks. The team has also been active in free agency, trying to find veteran leaders who can mentor the younger players. The coaching staff has emphasized the importance of versatility and adaptability, knowing that offenses are becoming more creative and unpredictable. So, the secondary must be able to match that level of innovation, which means not only talent but also football IQ and cohesion. Fans are eagerly awaiting the training camps to see how these new pieces fit together. Will Amos quickly adapt to the NFL's pace? Will Igbinagin find a new team or potentially stay in Washington if the roster decisions change? These are questions that keep everyone on the edge of their seats. The team's defensive coordinator has hinted at a more aggressive scheme this year, which could benefit the new cornerbacks if executed well. The secondary's success could very well hinge on how quickly these new players gel and adapt to the team's defensive philosophy. Speaking of players, it's also worth mentioning some of the other figures who could impact the secondary's performance this season. For instance, the safety position has been a focus area as well. The team has some talented veterans and promising young players, but consistency has been elusive. The coaching staff is looking for leaders back there who can communicate effectively and read offenses quickly. That's crucial because a secondary's effectiveness isn't just about individual talent, it's about how well the unit works together. Now, looking ahead, the Commanders have a lot riding on this season. The NFC East is fiercely competitive, and every game counts. Improving the secondary will be a key factor in whether Washington can climb the standings and make a real push for the playoffs. And that's why these roster decisions, including the potential release of players like Igbinagin, are so important. They reflect a team willing to make tough choices to get better. But let's not forget the human side of things. For players like Noah Igbinagin, this is more than just a roster move, it's a chapter in their careers that might be coming to an end or at least taking a different direction. The NFL is a league where every season is a new opportunity, but also a place where the business side often takes precedence. Still, the passion and dedication these players bring to the game are undeniable, and I'm sure Igbinagin will find his way if things don't work out in Washington. In the end, what we're witnessing here is a team in transition, trying to find the perfect balance between youth and experience, between aggressive new talent and seasoned veterans. The secondary is at the heart of that effort, and the decisions made in the coming weeks could define the team's success or failure in what promises to be a highly competitive season. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Are you excited about the new draft pick, Trey Amos? Do you think Igbinagin still has a place on this team? Or do you believe the team should go all in on youth and rebuild from the ground up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this franchise. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and analysis on everything related to the Washington Commanders, so stay tuned for the latest news and rumors. This team is always evolving, and as fans, we're right there with them, cheering every step of the way.